Hey everybody, Rodham here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series about being a benevolent ruler in a benevolent society. Society ruled by these rules and goals, and then of course, the projects that you all vote on that I prioritize to try to satisfy the public. Picking up where we left off, we have about 3 hours left for Argus, the blood-rot fox. Argus will be leaving, and then as will all of my guests, which is good. I'm losing some skills due to lack of maintenance, so Faustopia, I'm going to put you back on that. So the next big project here is going to be the border wall for my Godswood. So I'm going to start to queue up walls here. I'm going to prioritize my defenses over the wall, but I just want to paint the wall. So what I did here is I started my wall so that I had an active blueprint. I selected all the Godswood statues, or shrines rather, and now I'm just painting around it. The purpose of this wall is to keep, the same with Game of Thrones, Godswood, just to keep invaders out, predators out. It's not necessarily necessary, it's just how I used my wildcard goal that you all voted I should have. And we drained the swamp around here, the marshy, muddy part, so that we would be able to do this easily. But this project is going to take a bit of a backseat to improving the defenses. I was in the process of adding some additional doors and compartmentalizing up my walls so that invaders don't have freedom of movement within the sort of airlock, as it were. So what I'm going to do here is, now that I painted this all, I will in fact forbid it because I don't want to immediately start working on it. I'm also going to want to put, I'll plop it here, limestone blocks. Put it as preferred. What is it? Raw resource of limestone blocks. There we are. And then once this is fully built up, it will also keep wild animals out of there as well. Argus's shuttle just arrived. Here it is. So let's sit to load Argus. And who's closest to Argus right now? Shay. Shay, you load Argus up, so that all these guests leave, and I no longer have to. Cater to their needs. So the next thing I'm going to do is switch simple meals to lavish meals, because I was feeding all my guests simple meals, but if we have lavish meals, if we have some need for lavish meals, I'll put them on the shelf. So we do have some other construction projects, the additional doors in the walls and stuff like that, and I'll have to keep an eye on that, because if I don't, what will end up happening is I'll have a great big gap in my defenses. Another thing I need to paint is the animal hauling zone. They shouldn't be allowed to drink this tea. But they should be allowed to traverse here, even though it will get dirty. They shouldn't be allowed here either. And then grazers, same deal. Okay, we'll get that cleaned up, tidied up pretty soon. Right, so Argus, you are loaded. I'm gonna send. The moment I send, we've got quest completed. A new quest is available immediately. So this, of course, gave me 3 Heal Mech Serum, which is... And the beautiful thing about this is I earned that without actually suffering any real injuries, right? Like, I have a left hand scratch, but, I can replace that. Some old stab scars. Actually, I have 3 torso stab scars, which is sort of tempting to use the Heal Mech Serum to cure all 3 scars. But, I don't know. Grand construction being offered. It's a 30 by 64. That's pretty large. And they're offering uranium, psychic sensitizer. The This reward, no, none of the rewards are honestly that great. So I'm gonna ignore that one. Okay, fall has officially begun. Due to lack of maintenance, okay, so Fastopia, you're already on handling. Cargo pods crashing down. Flake. Okay. Not sure I need any flake, but why not? So I'm not going to give anyone hospitality for an acolyte. Needs to hide here for 23 days. Sick with blood rot. Got to keep his mood up. Or her mood up. Yeah. I'll host you. Whoa, you are loaded for bear. Okay, sure. You are a Psycaster, so I'm going to give you a very nice bedroom. As far as scheduling goes, you will be set to non-bloodlust. I'm going to give you a meditation spot where Claire was. We'll just reassign that to you. I'm going to schedule you for meditation. As far as assignments go, social drugs is fine. I'm going to put you on royal meals. Keep you happy. And as far as work goes, I don't want you doing really anything. I guess you'll haul when you're not sick. You're not a great hauler because, of course, you don't, you're wearing cataphract armor, so your movement is severely terrible. Alright, so we'll tend to you. Make sure that all my anti-tree roofing is done. Chris, I want you building. Alright, so the limestone blocks will start to cut limestone again. We also have the heal mix serum. Another thing I want to do is to remove artifacts, tech prints, neurotrainers from this stockpile, bringing them into the base, into the castle, which is going to be a little bit more protected. Alright, so your blood rot should be treated. Good, good. And now it's time to fix up this defensive nonsense. So one thing I wanted to do is let's embed the dead power network inside of the barricades, just making it less likely to get destroyed. But looking at my current steel amount, it's pretty obvious that I'm going to need to be mining. So 0, I'm going to put you on that. Alright, let's make sure not to be using up our power needlessly. Okay. This is looking a little bit grander, larger, more space for stuff, which is exactly what I want. Then I have to put in the physical barricades that our characters will use, but that's coming soon. Alright, so just a review of this quest. No one's coming to kill you. I just need to accommodate you. And then if I keep her happy, I'll gain goodwill, which I'm pretty sure I will be doing. What? Alright, just stun Psycast. That's fine. Okay, animal hauling allows you to bring it to that stockpile. Good. Now we have this whole thing to break down, which is lower priority. We have a lot of doors. Oh, here we are. So the door removal. Bulk goods from Treaty of Intalia. Excellent. I could use some bulk goods. Now, as far as anti... Huh. What's that? I guess that's correct. As far as anti-sappers are concerned, what I might do is actually line another line of barricades on the edge here, so that they don't hug the walls and they are within the fall trap radius. But I'm stealing everything else up so that we don't get trees to offer up cover. I could, of course, plant hay or something alternatively, but I'm just deciding to go this route. Alright, so the Intalia folks are here, and let's see. I will give you my pack of survival meals. Wow, I have a lot of corn. Alright, let's first figure out what I want to buy. Nurturamine and components. I definitely want to sell just garbage random leather. I want to buy steel because I'm very low on it. Selling some damaged clothing. What else is there to buy? Selling some tea. And I think what I'll do is just sell meat in order to make all the silver I can possibly make. Done. Is this a paid psychic drone? Low power test. Buzz around females. No, I'm not going to be accepting this, even though it has a tech prof, because I'm hosting a female. And if we accept this, it's going to be harder to keep her mood appropriately high. So, no thanks. Okay, this looks a little bit cleaner. We still have a little bit more work to do. We'll get there. Actually, I think this would look cleaner too if I had concrete underneath the barricades. Lovely. I like it. All right. The next big project will, of course, be the Godswood. Where am I putting all these limestone blocks? Ah, up here. All right, wood. Should not allow limestone or granite blocks anymore. Let's get those moved. So this is now well set up to accommodate some additional turrets and the like. So there we go. That's where I want to build them. And then I'm going to build walls for cover and intermix the walls with... Oh, Mad Muffalo. Okay, well, the issue here, of course, is my guests are going to be targeted by these Mad Muffalo, so this is one of those situations where I'm going to have to wake some people up to keep my allies protected. You know, I'm going to go with the limestone because we've been going with limestone this whole time. And I'm going to lay it out a little differently. Like that. I don't care about the attractiveness. Actually, let me get rid of this center one. Freedom of movement. There. And this is for our guys to hide behind for cover and protection. Let me get my anti-Muffalo crew out. I probably conscripted more than I needed, but I didn't want my my friends to get hurt. So. Right into the Godswood. Perfect. Well, as long as it doesn't destroy the anima tree, it's fine by me. Okay, double barricading it up so no one hugs the non-drop walls. Get this all set up. Oh, Talon, what is your needs? Okay, so the limestone's being hauled, which is great. I'm going to obviously want some limestone here, but it looks like we're going to use it pretty quickly. Now, the alternating walls and barricades cover is for additional coverage so that we are less likely to be shot. And then I'll probably want to, sadly, rebuild these and bump these up. I might actually want to spread these out properly. It hurts me a little bit that I made this level of error in building it originally, but it is what it is. We'll be returned 75% of the resources. And I'll try not to make a planning mistake such as this one. Let me find the very center. So 12. Okay, that's centered enough. Okay. So it's 13 from, it's 12 from the center. So these turrets are to discourage sappers from breaching. Okay. Plans. Let's do a wall check, because some of these doors here are getting broken down, and we'll want to replace it with walls. Like here, because obviously there's a big gap in our walls. That's not good. It needs to be fixed immediately. Alright, Poppy, could you haul the steel out of the way? And then... okay, we're getting the double barricade constructed quickly. And then what I'm going to need to do is home zone it so it gets repaired. In fact, I'm going to need a home zone this entire wall here, which is kind of an annoying amount of painting to do, but it needs to be done. I don't really care about the inside, because we've designed it in such a way that fires can't harm the anima grass, or, well, the anima tree is fireproof, but we've floored up around the anima tree so that the grass is safe from fires, because fires can only hop so far. I suppose a direct lightning strike into the grass would be possible, but there's not a good way to prevent that. Fire foam poppers would be problematic because they're technically constructions. I guess what you could do is have fire foam shells stockpiled near your anima grass, but that's just more effort than it's worth, given that I'm not really using the anima grass anymore because I don't have anyone that could benefit from it. Oh, this is all wrong. I suppose we did center that. Okay, so at least these walls got rebuilt. There is a corner here that's needs attention, but looking pretty good. All right, so 2 new uranium slug turrets, and we're starting to move these turrets. So these are anti-sapper turrets. Sappers will not attack, will not want to attack where there is active defenses, so they will avoid pushing into turrets and the like, which is why I added them. Alright, let's free up a lot of resources here. Again, don't feel awesome about this, but the spacing is necessary because when turrets become critically damaged, they go critical and explode. So if you don't space your turrets out well, they will chain react and blow each other up. And that's very, very, very bad. Now, the walls here can stop the critical chain explosions, but of course, walls also stop turrets from being able to physically fire, so you don't want to add walls anywhere but your last row, because what will end up happening is the walls will stop your turrets from, you know, from freely firing, which is pretty bad. Bubbaloo, would you be so kind as to call in, let's do Arabums, bulk goods, and Antalia's bulk goods as well. Okay, that's probably enough limestone. Looking at the amount of limestone I have, it's kind of a silly amount, so we'll have all these guys do... Nope, where are you going with that? I suspended. No, I guess I didn't suspend it. My bad. Major brick risk. You're just fussy. Yeah, you might just be fussy. Now, I think what I'll do is, in this pass here, I'm going to remove the flooring, just so that it's not something I have to consistently clean up, because that's annoying, I guess. And then I'll add some lights in as well. And this change will help to keep us from having to constantly re-clean. Okay, so the defenses are obviously supplemented pretty seriously. I mean, the amount of slug turrets I've got going on is great. So it looks like I only need one more auto turret, and they are well spaced out. Now I'm putting barricades between all of the areas here to just slow down would-be attackers from easily being able to access all the turrets. You know, they have to climb over barricades to attack them. So we'll get that set up. And then the front line is just going to be uranium and plasteel turrets. Ones that can tank. Oh, you need medical treatment. You can call royal aid? No, I guess you can't. Guess can't call it. It's funny that it would even show it. Bubbaloo, I'm gonna have to wake you up to tend our warmonger friend. Every bum's passing by. Not the bulk goods I asked for, but welcome anyway. So other than the barricade on the east wall, this is getting pretty well set up. Now what I'm going to do here is temp stone. Critically important that limestone gets put here, just so that this barricade wall is a little bit faster and we can draw from this pool. It's a zone that I don't intend to keep much longer than is necessary. Okay, so the last of my turrets are getting constructed. I will want some additional mini turrets. But for now, I'm happy with what I've got. I've got 0 trying to supplement our steel amount. Because now we need to start stockpiling steel up in these shelves so that we can reload more easily. Bulk goods from Riverbum coming in. Awesome. Been waiting. Let's turn these off. That looks nicer. Okay, turn this off. What about my ones down here? And because these are steel mini turrets, they don't tank very well, but they'll dissuade sappers all the same. And that was the entire purpose. Insulting spree. Your mother died, so you're insulting Chris. Now you're insulting Mathis. He's going to go to sleep. You're insulting our guest. She's going to go to sleep, so you went to sleep. That's pretty funny to me. Bubbaloo. Where is our bulk good traders? Oh, they are hanging around the Godswood. Sure, I suppose. Bubbaloo, I'm gonna have to wake you up in the middle of the night. Tend to our guest. And might as well trade with the bulk goods. Alright, what do I want to buy? Components. Determine. I will sell them the little deja vu here, but sell you the random leathers. Actually, you know what? I'm only going to sell 16 of this, so I can keep one stack. I don't know if I need to buy steel. I mean, I'm mining it up pretty quick. Now, I think normal pants I'll get rid of. This one duster. Cowboy hats. You know, I think I'm going to sell all my Devil Strand clothing. Oh, wow. They can't afford it, so never mind. Anything for me to buy? A plasteel flak helmet? No. Guess might be good enough. Thank you for your trade. It's 3 in the morning. I'm a little tempted to give a speech, but I'll wait for everyone to properly sleep. So the border wall is done, the barricade wall that keeps people away from the cemented edge. So now I can remove this stockpile. And we're throwing a party. Positive mood boost. Great, I don't even need to give a speech. We'll just all attend a party. I like it. Now that I have a significant amount of defenses built, the next step is the Godswood Wall. So I'm going to unforbid it. Everyone's leaving. And Antalia's showing up. Are they hostile with one another? Oh, unfortunately we have a... Huh, yeah, they're hostile with one another. So they'll never show up at the same time. Unfortunately we have a solar flare. Let's give a throne speech. Because we have a limited amount of things we can do during a solar flare. Might as well speech it up. And the party really helped to put everyone in a very good mood. So, and we'll talk to Chig once we are done. Inspired creativity from Poppy. Poppy, I don't think... oh no, she crafts. She crafts. Yeah, I will attempt to make a sniper rifle with Poppy. Using the inspired creativity. So Poppy, you will be allowed to smith this one time. Sniper rifles are, of course, a very handy tool against centipedes, so... Unfortunately, the speech was uninspiring. Oh well. Solar flare ending. Okay, so here's the buy. Let's see. More components in your turamine. I really do have an absurd amount of components, but I don't mind not having to manufacture them. And then I was going to sell all my double strand clothing, and I still will. What else can I sell you guys? To break more even than I currently am. Sell all my flake. I don't really need flake in this community. I will sell meat. Because I have no shortage of things to butcher. So. And a little bit of my rice and berries and milk. And then some corn. Beautiful. Alright, so dusters. Made of double strand, sure. At this point, I'm not even really sure I need double strand to be consistently made and harvested, but it makes for good trade goods, I suppose. What I think I'm going to do is reduce this down to 1 spare, and then use the rest of the double strand to make royal clothing, so that we can trade with the royals. Replacing the doors with plasteel auto doors will be very, very expensive, but far more protective. Turning on the ground penetrating radar again. We will move this back to plasteel so that we can afford the doors. Whatever happened down? Oh, still haven't broken down that door. Let me go get that now. All right, other than the compartmentalization of my walls, I think that about does it. And we are on our way to walling up the Godswood. Not a whole lot of bug corpses left in here anymore. And we have some rotting ones. I think the solar flare likely responsible. It wasn't that my freezer doesn't have enough freezing capability. It was that the solar flare just rotted one, which makes sense. All right, I'm going to attempt to plant some hops here. It's probably far more hops than I should, but I'm going to plant it anyway. Okay, so the Godswood is maybe a third built. The wall, that is. Another thing that I could do to speed this up is just to cut all the trees that are going to be in the way. Yes, it's possible that these trees regrow. It will speed us up for now. Okay, these artifacts really shouldn't be there. Should these... Yeah, artifacts. These should be hauled. Yeah, all these things should be haulable up to these benches. Oh, you know what? It might be the quality modifier or the hit points. So what I'm going to do is have the top two be for artifacts only. And that should fix it. Well, so far, not to jinx it, but I have 2 minutes left. This has been a relatively calm episode of making progress on our defenses and the Godswood, so that I'll be able to check those off my to-do list, meaning that we'll have a poll pretty soon. So just a reminder to all of my patrons, and really all of you, if you have poll ideas, do drop me a line in the comments or on Discord if you're a patron, where it belongs. I suspect this Friday we'll probably poll for what to do next. Scanning some steel. Okay, so the artifacts are being moved properly, which is good. The Godswood is almost fully, well, half constructed. But hey, it's progress. Okay, we got that rotten bear. out of our kitchen. And that about runs me out of time. So, about half of the Godswood. The vast majority of our defenses, we just need some additional small turrets. I didn't compartmentalize my walls yet, but we got some progress there as well with anti-sapper turrets. If you have any feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. Again, a little reminder, if you have poll ideas, feel free to share. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios, friends.